Che Guevara, born on 14th June 1928 in Rosario in Argentina, was shot dead on 9th October 1967 in La Higuera in Bolivia. Che Guevara said the revolution is not an apple that falls when ripe. You have to make it fall, you have to make it fall, you have to make it fall. Ernesto Che Guevara was an Argentine Marxist revolutionary, physician, author, guerrilla leader, diplomat and military strategist, military theorist. A major figure of the Cuban Revolution, his stylized visage has become a ubiquitous counter-cultural symbol of rebellion and global insignia in popular culture. Che Guevara, very popular among the communist students. Pictures adorned in all the big posters, shocking posters. Che Guevara said the revolution is not an apple that falls when ripe, you have to make it fall. Yes. Certain fruits have to be plucked before it falls down, because then it gets rotten, then only you can eat it. So most of the time the farmers pluck the apple before it falls down, before it is ripe, and they ripe it. Before you find out that something is going wrong, you can read the writings on the wall, goes the saying, so you can find out when there is something wrong in your family. Pluck it up, take it to the room, put him in proper place, guide it, cut it into pieces, and make sure that the weight is balanced, the visceral fat is balanced. Yes, the picture looks very nice when the picture goes out with big belly and big bum and extra fat, and then the God from heaven sends you a message, a love letter, which says, Hachi means cold, bloody monkey, now straighten yourself. You have to pluck it. You cannot allow it to fall. If you fall, if the apple falls, it will be going to the mortuary called hospital. From the hospital direct to, nowadays people go to the hospital in the name of coronavirus and body never comes back. Nobody even bothers to even look into the body also. It's a different topic. The revolution is not an apple that falls when ripe. The moment you've had the first the cold, it's better you check your weight and cut down your fat. Cut down your fat. To cut down your fat, you have to work hard, and majority of the people are very lazy. Very lazy, yes. So how do you do it? You either have to fast or work very hard. To work very hard, you have already surrendered. You have decided that you are a slave. You gave up your property. So there's no place for you to work. But then everybody wants to become a political leader, so nobody works. Because when you see the political leader walking with beautiful white dress and with all the people around them, they thought I also should become like that. But the political leader walks in the street cleaning and keeping putting things in proper order, and his people are walking behind them. Behind them, they also does the same thing. Then you can see people are working very hard. Right in front of the house, they clean up. They do not wait for the corporation people to come and clean up. They feel every tree in the road in front of the house is their own relative. They feed it, they take care. Like the Japanese, every tree, they even count how many flowers it gave on that particular season and how many fruits, and they call all the best friends. They have a celebration. They have a record kept. The tree stayed how many years, how many times it fell sick, and how many flowers they gave. That is the connecting link between they pluck it. They go to the tree, they pluck the record from the tree before it falls down. You keep a record of your child, your wife and your children, your husband. The revolution is not an apple that falls when ripe. You have to make it fall. Yes, you have to make it fall means you have to pluck it up. Fall. Here they say fall and then they left it. That's where that revolution went wrong. The revolution right should happen right in the house to rectify the fault right in the house. If all the revolutionaries forgot that, they left the house, ran into the streets, then who takes care of the house? When your house is not the country, then how do you think the country is going to become strong? When your house itself is a country and you do not act like a king in the house, how could you make another person a king? This is the connecting link went wrong. Everybody took the people into the streets. The political leader took all the people into the streets. And they became the leader, brutal dictators. Back in the house, nothing. Make everybody's house strong. When you make it strong, the country is strong. That is the biggest revolution. Revolution is not an apple that falls when ripe. Yes. You do not wait for the first signal God has sent an SOS to you. The nature send SOS to you, telling you are cold. The first fever says something wrong inside your body. You have to fast and cleanse the internal parts. You have to do your exercise. You have to work very hard. You are not sweat. Sweat did not come 7 times a day. You have forgotten to allow the deep intimate relationship with your wife and your husband and children, the deep intimate relationship with your family, the deep intimate relationship with the nature of the trees and the pet animals. That is the cold. That is the fever. Nobody tells you. Neither the doctor tells you. When you go to the doctor, he puts some poison into your mouth and says, go, shut your mouth and go get a cough and come back. For fever, they give you a tablet so they come back with a cough. Revolutionaries have done that. A revolution, the real revolution should happen right in the house. I know now many of the revolution happened. We got our freedom, the name of freedom, no freedom at all. But freedom, no freedom at all. Never mind, or they broke the family, they broke the joint family, they broke the family tree. Never mind, now go back. Now you know it will not fall down. You don't wait for it to fall. It doesn't fall means it doesn't fall in your line. You have to hit it. You have to pluck it by force sometimes. But to pluck it by force, Che Guevara said, at the risk of seeing ridiculous, let me say that the true revolution is guided by a great feeling of love. He said, great feeling of love. The love for the country will start with the love for the family. Now for you to pluck the apple, before it falls, you have to pluck it. For you to pluck the apple, you have to be a lover. You have to find out how deep, intimate relationship, every part of the body of a wife or your husband, whether you can smell and lick and taste and hug and squeeze and research like a scientist. From there to your children, you can understand your father and grandmother. Then you can understand your father and mother and grandmother's stories are so powerful. It is the practical sense which is needed for your that's a particular medicine for your house, which comes out from the practical experience from the mouth, which you do not get in any part of the world. No research, no scientific data will give you that kind of medicine which you get it from father and mother. That love from the father and mother, from a grandfather and from grandmother. But if you have a joint family tree, and the family tree, oh my God, what a powerful. That is broken. Never mind. Go back. At the risk of being ridiculous, Che Guevara said, let me say that the true revolutionary is guided by great feeling of love. Love will move mountains. Love has moved mountains. Love has moved oceans. It is impossible to think of a genuine revolutionary lacking this quality. If you are a revolutionary, you have to become a revolutionary right inside your house to change your house. Before you change your house, you have to change yourself. You be an example of the hard labor of love. When the hard labor you see, when the sweat comes out, that is the First taste, that taste of that salty water when you kissed them, when you sucked it, you know you can kiss and suck your wife and your husband and the children and the family tree and the trees and the plants around you and the pets. You can kiss the rain, and the rainwater is ozone water. You understood, you loved the nature. Then you can understand that the sunlight is so beautiful. You have to allow the sun to cook you. You have to allow the sun to cook you 45 minutes, slow fire. You do your Surya Namaskar, then you know you'll run solar. You will not, sun will never send a bill to you for using the light, solar, but electricity board will send you the bill, and still you go after the devil. Che Guevara said the revolution is not an apple that falls when ripe. Do not wait now for it to ripe. Look, if it is perfectly matured, pluck it perfectly matured, or before it ripes, falls down rotten. You cannot do anything. Look, watch, be conscious is what it's telling. Before it is ripe, you have to make it for me, you have to pluck it. Make it for me, you have to pluck it. And then take it to your room and cut it into pieces, means put it into proper discipline. Discipline is growth. Indiscipline is destruction. I believe at the discipline out of love and understand, not discipline out of forced. At the risk of seeing ridiculous, let me say that the true revolution is guided by a great feeling of love, great feeling of love. It is impossible to think of a genuine revolution lacking this quality. This is my 205th short discourse.